Hello, everybody. I hope that you had a great weekend and you are ready to take on this week of school. I just want to take a moment to go over your assignment for today. So, if you are watching this video, you found the correct page for Monday. And so today what you're going to be doing is you're going to start exploring the individual planets that make up our solar system. And the goal is just to really understand how they compare to Earth. What are some of the similarities and some of the differences? And so we're going to start today by looking at the terrestrial planets. Once again, that prefix terra comes from a Latin word meaning Earth-like or land. So these are the first 4 planets closer to the Sun: Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. And they're called the terrestrial planets, once again, because they all have what scientists would refer to as a solid rocky surface with some surface features such as mountains and volcanoes. So what you're going to do is today the goals are you're going to take a planet personality quiz, and then I'll talk more about that in a moment. You're also going to start activity 3, which is exploring the terrestrial planets, and that will be in your research notebook. So, you're going to need today your research notebook. You will be getting a terrestrial planet chart from your substitute. You'll need some internet resources that I provided below, and you'll also need some colored pencils. So, what you're going to do today, you're first going to start with step 1, which actually has you taking this kind of silly planet quiz that will tell you which planet you should live on based on your personality. So what you'll do is you'll click the quiz you'll access the quiz by clicking here, and then you're going to read this little introduction, and then you're actually going to click begin, and you're going to be asked a series of questions, and based on your answers at the end, it's going to tell you what planet you should live on. And just to let you know, I got Mars, which I found very exciting because I would love to go to Mars someday. So, anyway, after you complete the quiz, this is an important step. It says to email me with your results. All you need to do is just send me a simple email. Hey, Miss Bajan, just wanted to let you know that I got Jupiter or whatever you got. And that's mostly because I want to hear from you because I obviously miss you. So, let's go on to step number 5. Step number 5 is to open your research notebook and update your table of contents. You're going to write Activity 3, Terrestrial Planets, page 6. Please don't forget to write that at the top of page 6 as well when you get there. Then you're going to get a chart from Mrs. Mintz, and it's going to look like this. So, your chart's actually going to look a little bit different because you're going to notice that I was very, very generous and I've already filled out the Mercury information for you. The only thing I did not do, I did not add the illustration. I'm going to leave that up to you. The reason I filled out the Mercury chart for you is so that you have an idea or a reference of how yours should be completed for the remaining planets. So please use the Mercury facts as a reference so that you understand the type of information that should go in your chart, and the fact that you really don't have to write a lot in here. These are just simple bullet pointed notes that you'll get from the websites, which I'm going to show you in a moment. So, after you have updated your table of contents and glued your paper in, you're going to actually complete Mercury's done for you, Venus and Earth. And this is what you're going to do. So you're going to click here to access the information about Mercury. Then when you get down to step 9, there's a link to take you to Venus and then Earth. The reason I'm having you look at Mercury, even though I've already put the information in for you, is so that you can read a little bit about Mercury that you did not get to since I put the information in for you. And then I want you to notice that the 4 pieces of information that you need to fill in your chart are found at the bottom of the page for every planet. So when you get to the web page for the planet, for example, the way I did Mercury, I started by reading all about Mercury. And I kept on reading, and I kept on reading, and then I got here. These are the 4 pieces of information you need for your chart. So going back to the chart, I'm going to show you that. Surface and structure, time, neighbors, and history. It's all here for you. Surface and structure, time, neighbors, and history. I'm not asking you to write everything you see on this webpage. I'm asking you to write just 2 facts from the structure section. Tell me about the day and the year, and what I mean by that is the day is how long it takes for that planet to spin around itself once, or how long the day is. The year is how long it takes that planet to go around the sun, otherwise known as revolution, which we talked about. You're going to tell me just 2 facts from the neighbors section and just 1 fact from the history section. And there's not a lot of room in these boxes, so use simple bullet points and write as little information as possible to get your point across. So, again, I just wanted you to read about Mercury, even though I did the information for you. Do your sketch of Mercury. Then you're going to move on to today's actual task, which is just Venus and Earth. You're going to do the same thing I did for Mercury. You'll click here to access information about Venus. You'll get right to the web page. You'll read this, scroll down, and here's all of your information for the chart. Then you have some nice images to help you with your illustration in the chart. Okay, so I'm going to take a moment to go back. I want to show you again. You're going to click on Earth. Do the same thing. Here's the information you need for the chart. And then once you finish Earth, you guys, you are actually done for today. So I want to go back to the webpage to show you, to Haiku, to just kind of explain your self-assessment for today. So what you'll want to do is when you're finished, if you've answered yes to these questions, you can once again have a study hall, read, or play an academic approved game on your computer. So here's your self-check. Have you completed the planetary personality quiz and emailed Ms. Fajan to share your results? Have you updated the table of contents in your research notebook for Activity 3, Terrestrial Planets, page 6? Did you read the information about Mercury to see how Ms. Fajan got the information to fill in the chart? And have you added your illustration of Mercury to your chart? Have you completed the chart for Venus and Earth, including an appropriately colored illustration for both planets? And finally, have you cleaned up all of your materials and my materials and placed your research notebook in the drawer so you have it for next class? If you have done all of these things, boys and girls, you may have an amazing day. Thank you for being attentive, and I will be back tomorrow to tell you, or on Wednesday, if I see you Wednesday next, to tell you your plan. Have a great day.